What's up, guys? This is your gym bro Sharif, and I want to talk about the only supplements you really need. And I wish I saw that video 10 years ago before wasting all my money on supplements back in the days, alright? I remember when I started training, first 2 years I started in Syria. For me, taking protein powders was like cheating. We used to see it like steroids. We were like, hey, don't compare yourself to this guy because he takes protein powder. And we were like, oh my god, he's not natural. But after I came to Canada and I saw everybody with a shaker training, I'm like, you know what? Let's give that protein powder a try. I went to the supplement store and it was like addictive because then I had to buy every single supplement. I remember, I'll tell you guys the supplements that you need now, but just to give you a little story, I remember, swear to God, I got my mass gainer. So that was the first supplement I bought, which in my opinion is the worst thing you can possibly buy at a supplement store. All right, because it's all cheap and garbage calories that they're putting in. Anyways, I went with my friend Mario, Syrian guy. So we went together and then we went to that supplement store and we're like, oh my God, this is gonna get us huge. We bought, it was mass gainer, serious mass. All right, serious mass from Optimum Nutrition. We bought it and we walked. It was so big. I think it was like 11 pounds. We were holding it on our back. And first time I take this sip of that serious mass, I felt like I was cheating. I remember I mixed it and then I smell it. And then I'm like talking to God. I'm like, oh my God, am I cheating? And then I started taking a sip. And by the way, it was disgusting. I remember it was just gave me nausea. Anyways, then you know what, you start going on the protein powder, the creatine, the BCAAs, the EAAs. Especially when you're natural, you kind of want to optimize every single supplement you can. You want to just buy all the supplements because you're like, hey, I'm natural, so I gotta make the most out of it. So I bought the EAAs, BCAAs, L-carnitine, something called HNB. Everything, guys. I knew the supplement owner. He used to love me because I used to spend so much money. No jokes, at least 500-600. And this is 8 years ago, 10, 8, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So can you imagine how much money I was spending each single month? So I wish I saw that video first, that I'm gonna tell you the only supplements you really need. All right. Long story short, yeah, I just wasted a lot of money on supplements, and there was always a new thing, especially before, now I feel like people are a bit more aware thanks to videos, social media. But before, a supplement store that comes up with a new product that will make you quote unquote gain 10 pounds in 2 weeks, everybody would believe it. They're like, oh well, that's what I'm gonna take, because you see, I don't know, Ronnie Coleman on the magazine taking it. I used to even make my own pre-workouts because I was such a I wanted to like optimize everything. So I bought my own citrulline, my own beta alanine. I wasted so much money. Anyways, long story short, the only supplements that you really need that I believe do work, all right? Protein powder, I love it because it's hard to get enough protein from regular sources, and sometimes you just don't feel like, let's say me in the morning, I just have no appetite. So I wake up, I drink my shake, I have my toast, and then I go to the gym. And also protein powder, it's very convenient, guys. I don't know why it's been a bit demonized, but it's convenient. It's pretty much powdered milk and it's protein, and it's a full protein which has all the essential and non-essential amino acids. Well, all the essentials. Doesn't need to have all the non-essentials, but it has all the essential amino acids. So it's pretty much a full complete protein that you can, and it digests super easily. So I'll have a shake of protein every morning and a shake of protein post-workout. I just don't feel like waking up and having eggs and then cleaning and cooking. I want to wake up, have my breakfast, and head to the gym. And that's why protein powder is very convenient, and it's part of my nutrition. All right, I've been taking shakes for years, and trust me, you're not gonna get any side effect. I know some people freak out about protein, but it's a very important supplement in my opinion if your goal is building muscles. Number 2, creatine. I love creatine monohydrate, powdered creatine. All right, I know they come up with all kind of creatine this, creatine that, new technology, new inventions. A lot of it is marketing. All right, stick to the basics. Creatine monohydrates. I personally take 20 grams a day, 10 grams pre, 10 grams post workout. I train for 2 hours 7 days a week. I believe that the dosage will be dependent of your workload and your muscle mass. Don't do whatever I do. I'm just telling you what I believe. All right. And I don't think everybody should take as much as I'm taking. All right. I watched a video about Evan Santopani talking with John Meadows about supplements. This is like 8-10 years ago. And they were saying that when creatine came out, it was like a steroid and it was very inaccessible. So people were taking creatine. It was like if they were on steroids. But then they realized that it wasn't impacting your hormones, but it was giving you a lot of gains, because it actually, for me, I believe creatine benefit is really holding more water in your muscles and helping you hydrate your muscles better. So it means more carbs can go in there, more endurance, more strength, less risk of injury, because your muscles are more full, more hydrated. That's pretty much it, all right? I don't necessarily believe in the ATP energy and all this of the creatine, but it's really like a salt that will hold water inside intracellular muscles, so inside your muscles. Anyways, and then that was the beginning. People were all taking creatine, and they were saying in their video that at certain point, the supplement industry just kept coming up with new stuff that people were like, oh well, they forgot about creatine and they started taking other stuff. And that's how crazy it is, because every time there's a new thing, and then people will jump on that new thing and they'll forget what really works. And that's really with everything, even with the workouts. Nobody want to do the pull-ups and the push-ups and the squats anymore. People want to do the complicated, new, fancy stuff. Anyways, creatine, love it. And I believe it's a must if your goal is gaining muscle mass. All right, creatine is naturally also found in red meat, salmon, sardines. So if you're not eating enough of those, make sure that you're getting your creatine. Supplement number 3, I would say pre-workout. I love pre-workouts. I've been taking them for a while. I don't want the ones that are very high in caffeine just because I drink a lot of coffee, but having your citrulline, beta-alanine, things that will stimulate you, that will help you with your focus, I really believe it's important, and it also kind of gives you that placebo effect where it's like you just drank your pre-workout and now you're ready to work out. It puts your mind in a good state of mind, puts you in a good state of mind where you're like, you know what, I drank my pre-workout and now it's just ready to go to the gym. And for me, it became like a routine. As soon as I drink my pre-workout, it's like I'm getting ready in that zone. I'm getting in that zone, getting in my gym vibe, and then it's a routine, So pre-workout, and I do feel it, It's not just placebo. I do feel better pumps when I'm taking my pre-workout. I do feel like I have more energy. I just feel a lot more focused. So a good pre-workout, make sure that you get one. I don't recommend you going for the one that are very high in stimulants, but rather the ones that will help you more for a pump and focus, high in citrulline, beta-alanine, and things like that. Let's talk about the ones that I feel that are the most useless, BCAAs. All right, branched chain amino acid. In my opinion, this is useless. All right, it's useless. First thing first, when you're drinking your protein shakes, you've got all your branched chain amino acid, you've got your BCAAs, you've got your EAAs, you've got all those amino acids in there. All right. Someone said, oh well, now let's just tell people that they need to drink something during their workout, because then it's just gonna go build that muscle right away. Well, what about your breakfast that you just had an hour or 2 hours before your breakfast? Those branched chain amino acids, or the amino acids from your protein powder or from the eggs you ate, they're still in your bloodstream. You don't necessarily need to drink it. And you know what? I don't really believe that you absorb it as well as in drink. For me, those BCAAs, EAAs is pretty much flavored water. All right. I don't think that you can just kind of take one little thing. Let's say the leucine. At a certain point, people were just adding isoleucine in their shakes and in their BCAAs and in everything, just because a study came out saying that this little amino acid is the one that will give you the most results. So now people are just adding it on everything, and I don't think that you can kind of trick your body like this. Your body is used to eating food as a whole, all right? Eggs as a whole. That's why I'm a big fan of whole eggs. You can't just separate stuff and just be like, okay, that's the only thing that helps. Egg whites is the only one that has protein. I'll just eat egg whites. No, because guess what? The fat in the egg yolk help you digest those whites, all right? If you don't eat the egg yolk, well, you're not gonna absorb the protein in the egg white. Well, everything is perfect. The nature created it perfectly. The fats content, the cholesterol in there will help you increase your testosterone. You have your vitamin K, your biotin, your choline, your vitamin D also that's present in the egg yolk. So don't, that's why I like taking things as a whole. And now you'll say, well, protein is still dehydrated milk pretty much. Yeah, they lowered the fat content, but that's pretty much it, all right? It's not as if we're taking one amino acid and we're just drinking that, all right? So EAAs, BCAAs, I don't think they do much, mostly placebo. You know, one thing that I like intra workout, if I'm trying to bulk up, would be carbs intra workout. Or if I'm trying to really lift heavy or I have a very long workout, I'll get some carbs, maybe Gatorade, maybe a cyclic dextrine, a good quality carb source in my workout, just to help me keep my, well, my sugar replenishing my glycogen, you know. But aside of that, I would not do it now because I'm trying to stay fairly lean and I'd rather just eat my carbs. So that's it for the, yeah, let's talk about what else. What else are there on the other useless supplements? Well, there's so many, you know, the EAAs, the BCAAs. Mass gainers, don't touch that. Mass gainers are really garbage. And you know, everything else, I believe the only thing you really need is a good protein powder. Make sure that it's an isolate or a good quality whey protein. Not a big fan of concentrate because they don't digest as well, especially with most people that can't do lactose well. A good creatine powder, but creatine is so easy to make, so make sure it's a good brand and get your creatine. And a good pre-workout, that's all you need. A pre-workout that is high in pump products and not necessarily stimulants. It's pretty much all you need, all right? That's the supplements I take. In terms of vitamins and minerals, I'll do some omega-3 because I don't eat much salmon. Vitamin D only in winter. And that's it. That's it. Keep it simple, guys. I get everything else from food. That's it for this video. Don't waste your money on supplements that are useless. Yeah, electrolytes. Let's talk about electrolytes. I do believe electrolytes have their time and place, especially when it's summer, you sweat a lot. Well, electrolytes will help you replenish everything you sweat, but you gotta make sure they're well dosed. Alright, mostly of what we sweat is salt, sodium. And a lot of electrolytes, they don't add a lot of salt, sodium. They don't put a lot of it because then it won't taste good. Alright, all the Gatorades you get, they're not well dosed. It's mostly sugar. Alright. Flavored water with sugar. So make sure that the electrolytes you get, I like electrolytes, but make sure that they are well dosed and they are bioavailable, because a lot of times, you know, we get some supplements and products and vitamins, while your body just kind of evacuate them right away. You don't absorb them well. So make sure it's a good quality one. Make sure they're bioavailable. And I always like getting my stuff from food. So let's say for electrolytes, well, I'll put a bit of salt in my food and I'll make sure I eat enough fruits. Alright, fruits hydrate your body very well. That's it for this video, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, watch others of my videos. Watch the ones that are on the screen now, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.